Hi guys, it's Miss Jess from the Pequannock Library, and today we have a special treat. As you may or may not know, it's the first night of Passover, and a traditional food that we eat on Passover is matzah. So right here, what I have for us today is matzah pizza. It's one of the favorite ways I have of using matzah during this time. So I just wanted to show you the finished product, and now I'm going to show you how you can get from here to here. Okay, so first you're going to need a matzah. Make sure you have a nice tin, like a cookie tray, and put some tin foil on it. Make sure it's lined nice. Then for your ingredients, you're gonna need sauce. I have pizza sauce, but you can use pasta sauce, marinara sauce, any kind of sauce. I have salt and pepper, some oregano, some basil, and I have cheddar cheese. You can also use mozzarella cheese. You can mix the cheeses. These are just some seasonings that I like. You can also add additional seasonings and toppings as you go. Okay, great. So I have the sauce here in a nice little bucket, so I'm not as messy. I've got a tablespoon measurer here. Tablespoon. To kind of control how much sauce I use. You don't want to use much more than that because this is a thin pizza. It's kind of like a thin crust pizza. Think of it that way. So you see how I'm kind of spreading it? Trying to kind of get it to the corners as close as I can. A nice thin layer. Okay, that looks good. Okay, now I'm going to actually use the seasoning before the cheese. This will get the flavors to kind of stay in the middle. So first we're going to take the pepper and just a couple of taps of pepper and a couple of taps of salt. Your oregano. A little pinch, not that much. It's a very small surface we're working with, so you don't want to overdo it. Then our basil. So again, just a little pinch. Put that on there. There we go. And if you want any other kind of seasonings, I would recommend doing that before your cheese. And I've got cheddar cheese. It actually came out really nicely with that. I usually do mozzarella cheese. So you don't want to put on too much cheese because then it's going to make it kind of too heavy and too moist. But that's kind of the amount I put on for that. If you want more cheese than that, then you kind of have to layer it. But still spread it out. You want to kind of make it even. Okay. So after that, you can add the additional toppings of your choice. Like I said, not too heavy. You don't want to break the matzah. And then what we're going to do is put it in the oven at 425 for 5 minutes. Watch it carefully because it does cook very quickly. You will see that it kind of bows up. That's one of the indications that it's done cooking. You'll also see the cheese start to get a little bit bubbly. So once it kind of starts doing that, you can take it out, which is about 5 minutes. And then I would let it cool. And then you can eat it. Be careful when you pick it up. You might want to break it into pieces because it might just do that on its own and it gets a little messy. But it's really delicious. And I'm going to enjoy this after the video. Thank you so much for joining me. If you would like to learn more about Passover, we have a story time on YouTube today. And we also have some information on Facebook page. We have activities. And we'll be having a little bit of a musical concert posted later on tonight. Thanks so much for joining me. Bye.